Hello, in this video I will introduce you the Swiwin brushless and telemetry system. First of all, we look the turbine. We can see the big change is we use a brushless starter for the turbine, and built in a FOD screen to protect your blade. And when you turn the starter, it will bring the blade, will turn the shift. The field tube filter, and we will see the connector is different. In the original design, we use a data cable and a power cable. In data cable, they are at connection. When any one connection not stable, the engine will shut down. Now we change only 3 pins of cable. All data transferred by digital signal. Now I show you how to connect the brushless ECU. The ECU with several new functions. First of all, it can accept PPM, S-Bus, and S-Bus 2 signal. The power for the ECU is 3 SD-port. You can also use 3 SD-V, but we recommend you use a 3 SD-port battery. This is data cable and the power cable to the turbine. Connect to engine. And this is pump. You will see this is a very special pump. Here is the arrow. This is to engine. We need add a filter and a stopper between pump to engine, like this. And this side connect to heater tank or UAT. What is this loop? This is a very special design. When the field tube with a very big bubble in field tube, the special design will broken big bubble to very small tiny bubble around this loop and output to your turbine. So this will avoid the bubble for fan out. And this is a traditional pump. We are now test the brushless pump. I think we are available at about 3 months later. And so you can see this is a 3-pin of connector. That means we will use a brushless pump in the future. This is for power battery. we plug the power battery here for 3S depot or 3S diffie. And the GSU, we connect to GSU PC. And the D bus is for JR telemetry system. We also provide the other of remote control to transfer the telemetry data. If you use a Spectrum remote control, we have an adapter for Spectrum receiver. In the future, we are now start to build an upgrade of ECU for American market. The ECU can accept Spectrum system. No need the adapter. I think it will available about 2 or 3 months later. And we can use PPM or S-Bus or S-Bus 2 for throttle line input. I will introduce you how to use the S-Bus system. So this is the system connection. Now I will show you how to set up the ECU and the telemetry system. In this case, I use a Futaba remote control and 7008 receiver, and use a S-Bus 2 to show you how to use the telemetry system. First of all, we must link the receiver. Now we open a new model. In model select, we open a new model. And in linkage menu, we check the servo reverse. The throttle channel must reverse for throttle channel. And the system type, we select 18 channel. Sorry, we'll restart the remote control. And now we will link this receiver. When we press the link and we plug the battery for the receiver. Now link. Okay, now it's link. When you see the green light, and the link is tempered, this means already link. And the telemetry, we ACT, DL, we minima for 0.1 second. Okay, the link is finished. Now we will see the ECU now flash very fast, and the GSU can switch language. We select English now. It's appear engine offline. What's that meaning? In the turbine, there is another ECU in the turbine. I called it is TCU, Turbine Control Unit. In this unit, we will memory about all the parameters of this turbine. including the running circle time and all the limited parameters. For example, the maximum RPM, the minimum RPM, and so on. So we must plug the battery for the turbine. Now we plug the battery. We will hear some music come from the brushless motor. That means the power on, and now it show the stop. First step, we need adjust RC. I set in the T1 to T6 trim. This is a throttle channel. The trim for throttle channel is T2. I increase the step, maximum step, 200 step for T2. Why I do this? When I trim down or trim up, only need 2 steps. Trim down, trim up. Okay, now let's look closer. Okay. First, minima. Minima means throttle down, trim down. You will see the number in green. When you throttle up, the number will increase, and the throttle down, the number will reduce. That means this is the pulse from the receiver. Okay, now minima means stop, trim down, and the throttle down. Then we press OK and turn it. And the next step, we trim up and the throttle down. This is for idle. And the next, we throttle up to maxima. And this is for maxima. We learn the maxima. That's all. And you will see bus, throttle, channel 3. That means now our throttle channel is number 3. So we select number 3. This moment we using the S-bus 2 signal. So if we change, for example, to channel 1, S-bus channel 1, and you move your throttle stick, the signal will not change. And we will find the channel 1 is for aileron. And when we move aileron, the number will change. So if you cannot find the signal right, we need to check this. Throttle channel 3. Throttle channel 3, number 3. Okay. So now it can work now. When we trim down, it is a stop. When we trim up, it will ready. Trim down. It's cooling. The starter is turning on. And the stop. How to start in your engine at the first time? We plug the power. And we adjust the RC for minima, idle, and the maxima. And we can use the test function. We use the test pump function. Press OK. And the pump will pump the fuel into the fuel line. After that, if you like to use the temperature unit, you want to change it, you can change it to the Fahrenheit. It's more easy for you to read the degree. And then, now it's trimmed down. We trim up. You will see it will ready, show you ready. And the throttle up and the throttle down. Now start to ignition. Now I will show you how to set up the telemetry system. First of all, we must make sure we use the S-Bus2 cable connect to ECU. And we select the linkage menu. You will see a sensor. We press the sensor. Page 2, page 3. We can reload all sensor in the S-Bus system. Okay, now already reload. Now the first one, slot 1, we select the RPM sensor. Okay, now RPM sensor for slot 1. And slot 2, we select the temperature. Okay, now select slot 2 is for temperature. And we will select the slot 5 for this one sensor, current 1678. And the slot 8, we will find a GPS 1675. This means we have another GPS sensor in the future. This is the GPS sensor. What is used for the GPS sensor? The sensor will show you the flight speed, maximum speed, and the limited speed. This function is not available now, but we will make the software and the hardware for an adapter in the future. So after that, we select the telemetry. Now we can see the battery now is 5.2 volt, 5.1, very close. And the RPM sensor, we need to fine tune. We fine tune it to the gear rate to 1.2. Okay, 1.2. And you can set the alarm or vibrator, the remote control your vibrator. For example, when the RPM under the idle RPM, the alarm will warning you. For example,
warning, rotation 0 RPM. Warning, rotation 0 RPM.
when the RPM below the idle RPM. That means the engine stop. It will warning you try to best way for landing.
Warning, rotation 0.
Okay, now diesel again.
Warning,
We
rotation 0
cancel.
RPM.
Cancel this function. You can try this function by yourself. Okay, the temperature. Okay, now the next page is for current voltage and the GPS. So, how to display the telemetry information in the screen? We press this button and set up the display menu. For example, at the top, this is show receiver battery. Okay, so and the next we can set up the RPM. Okay, so it's display RPM now here. And at the second we can display the temperature. Okay, here I have no adjust. You can adjust by yourself in the menu. You can adjust the temperature by yourself in the menu. In other menu, you can adjust the temperature. For example, I adjust it to 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree. Now it will display 28, now 26. Okay. And the final, we can display the current or the power battery voltage or capacity. What means of capacity? This capacity is the power battery. How many capacity you use? You can create the capacity in other menu. For example, now create the battery you used. I clean it. Now diesel. That means the capacity now is diesel. Okay. So we can make a test. When I throttle up, the RPM now display. And this is capacity. Or you want to change it to the current. Now it's the current for power battery or the voltage for power battery.